Welcome. Thank you for watching this video on how to complete a data sheet, including the habitat assessment. This is the fifth video in a multi-part training series. This segment walks through how to complete the data sheet. The data sheet is a vital part of every Bumblebee Atlas survey. You can find a printable version on the Bumblebee Atlas website. The data sheet includes a variety of information about the site, survey, weather, and the plants and bumblebees present. You'll start by filling in the site name. This should be a unique name with some connection to the area. The site name will allow you to remember which location you did the survey in and keep track of multiple surveys at the same site. Next, you'll fill in the date, latitude, longitude, number of observers, and observer names. Mark your survey location at the center of your 1 hectare plot. Then, no matter where you are in your plot, the accuracy of your location is within 50 meters. Fill in a different number here if the accuracy of your location is more or less than 50 meters. In the Bumblebee survey information, you will select whether you completed a point or roadside survey. Most surveys will be point surveys. Surveys should be approximately 1 hectare. If for some reason your survey site is different than 1 hectare, please record your best estimate of plot size. You should plan to capture all bees. The different or combination options here are for volunteers who are very familiar with Bumblebee ID and certain you won't miss a species, or if there are so many bees present that you can't catch all of them. Next, note the survey start and end time. The survey itself should be 45 person minutes, but the start and end time will include time you spent transferring bees from your net to vials. During that time, you'll pause the timer. Next, you'll document weather information, fill in the approximate temperature, percent cloud cover, and wind speed. The next section of the data sheet focuses on habitat information. You'll start by circling the most prevalent habitat type in your survey area. Only circle one habitat type and pick the description that most closely matches your site. In the box to the right, you can fill in other habitat types that are visible in the area surrounding your survey area. You'll then estimate the percentage of the area that has flowering resources available. Ask yourself, in how much of the plot can I actively search for bumblebees on flowers? The pictures show 2 examples. The picture on the left has very few flowers. A volunteer will spend time looking for bees in less than 10% of that 1 hectare plot. The picture on the right has a lot more flowers blooming. This volunteer could search for flowers in 80% or more of the 1 hectare plot. The next section asks for features that may serve as nesting habitat. Check all features that you see in your site. Next, record which management practices you see evidence of at your site. You have the options of yes, no, or suspect. There is space here to record notes about anything that seems important to document. The final information on the first page is how many different species of plants you see flowering at your site, including trees and shrubs. This number should be all flowering plants, whether or not they were visited by bumblebees during your survey. On the second page of the data sheet, you'll record information on the plants and bumblebees at your site. Write the scientific or common name of the plant. If you don't know the exact species, that's okay. For example, this data sheet says Lupinus spa, indicating that lupin was present at the site, but the surveyor wasn't sure which species of lupin it was. If you don't know what species of plant is, you can also take pictures, write down the photo numbers while you're in the field, and then ID the plant from your pictures and fill in the names later. Plant field guides or apps like iNaturalist or Seek can help you identify your plants. There is space for 15 plant species. If there are more than 15 plants in bloom at your site, please document the 15 most common species. Next, you'll record bumblebees captured. There are columns for sex, bumblebee species, host plant, and photo numbers. For sex, record queen, worker, male, or female. It's okay if you don't know the sex or bumblebee species. You can fill those out or just leave them blank. For host plant, you can fill in the species in the field or take photos and come back to fill out the species later. In the photo numbers column, record the number of the photos you took of each species so that you can make sure to enter them correctly when you enter your data online. There is space for 15 bumblebee observations. If you capture more than 15 bumblebees, record data for the extras on the supplemental data sheet or another sheet of paper. The final section of the data sheet is a place for you to document your time and mileage. This helps us track and document how much volunteer effort it takes to gather data on this scale. You'll record your start and end time, include driving time, planning time, in addition to the actual survey time. Document how far you drove round trip to conduct your survey. Finally, document the number of hours spent organizing and uploading data. Remember, you can access additional resources by visiting the resources section of the Bumblebee Atlas website. If you have questions, I invite you to visit the website to learn more. You're always welcome to email us at bumblebeeatlas@xerces.org.